Do you have the same thing as me, that sometimes you say to yourself, now I could use a second monitor for my laptop. Or, and I've got these photos or videos on my phone, but I'd like to see it on a bigger screen. If so, you might be interested in today's video, where we're gonna show you these 3 external screens from Verbatim. The classic monitor you might be watching this video on is large, has a stand, and lots of cables. Well, it's probably sitting right where you unpacked it from the box. By contrast, these monitors are designed so they can be easily carried and used on the go. The monitors are very thin and lightweight, and they're very easy to connect to your device via USB-C. Speaking of weight, the 14-inch here is less than 800 grams, and when I first picked it up I thought it must be some kind of dummy, because the weight is really very light. All the sizes of these displays you can buy with a touchscreen. Then you can buy this 14 inches a non-touchscreen version. The touchscreen is glossy. In contrast, the 14-inch model without the touchscreen has a matte display. Touch and non-touch screens also differ in their design. The touch screens are made of metal and the non-touch screen is made of plastic. The glossy screen has some advantages and disadvantages, of course. The colors on the display are sort of brighter and more vivid. On the other hand, fingerprints are more visible on the display and there is also some glare in the sun. A matte display is more resistant to glare and you don't see as many fingerprints. But the colors are, let's say, darker or less pronounced. And here we see a comparison of all 3 monitor sizes. All 3 monitor sizes. If we look at the screens themselves, they're all full HD panels. And it's IPS technology and it can do HDR and FreeSync technology. The fact that it's IPS is fine, because not only does it provide that greater color fidelity and vibrancy compared to, say, TN, but high viewing angles. This means that it's not that I only have to look at the monitor from the front, but even if I look from the side, there won't be any color shift in the image. The monitor has excellent connectivity. There's 2 USB-C, there's a full HDMI, a jack, and there's USB. What's very nice is that you get with the monitor. This neoprene case that makes the monitor carries perfectly. And every monitor has a stand that you simply slide out. And you can put the monitor, stand it up on a table. The power supply of the monitors is via USB-C. And in many cases it will also be a single cable. You'll need to power the monitor and transfer the image. Of course, if you have a device that does not support USB-C, you can also use an HDMI cable. The monitor has a built-in speaker. This, of course, does not play like your home theater, but it's loud and clear enough. Additionally, you can also use and connect headphones.
TV, anebo třeba obdobných USB přehrávačů od Xiaomi. Epsonní USB tyčku zapojíte do USB a HDMI portu, které najdete v zadní části projektoru. Zařízení se vejde do speciální...
I think we've covered a lot of parameters and numbers. But now it would be nice to think about How you can use these monitors practically. I've been using these monitors for about 2 weeks, and I've come up with a few situations for you, where the monitor might make sense for you. Now let's imagine each situation, in which I describe how you might use the monitor. Imagine you go to a meeting to see a customer and your beautiful and surely stunning presentation is waiting for them in your laptop. When there are 2 of you in the meeting, you still somehow manage to share the display of your laptop. But it's not quite the same. But what if there are more of you? The solution could be to use an external monitor. You simply bring the monitor with you. Take it out of the case, connect it with a USB-C cable or HDMI cable, and you can have your presentation with your notes. And turn the monitor on the customer or customers, and they can see everything they need to see. You can also use the external monitor in the evening. Let's say you're preparing a meeting for the next day and you need to drag and drop data from an Excel spreadsheet into your presentation. If you had to work on one display, the work would be very tedious. But you can open Excel on an external monitor, and your presentation on your laptop. Entering data will then be much easier. And in the evening, when you're done, you can go for a beer at the bar or watch a movie on the external monitor via your phone. Another way to use an external monitor can be when you have a lot of photos and videos taken and you want to show them to your parents or grandmother or just anyone. At times, though, it's looking at the small 6-inch screen of a smartphone. You can easily connect the monitor to your phone with a single USB-C cable. The USB cable can handle both power to the monitor and image transfer from the phone. I tried this connection on 2 Samsung phones and everything worked perfectly fine. If your phone can't power the monitor, you can always use the included power adapter, and that plugs into a wall outlet. If you don't have an outlet, you can also power the monitor through a power bank from Power Delivery. I would recommend this even if you want to use the monitor for a longer period of time. I managed to drain my phone from about 3 hours while playing a movie from the internet and powering the monitor. If you plug the monitor into a wall outlet and connect your phone via USB-C, the included adapter can not only power the monitor but also charge your phone. Just watch out for one thing. The monitors work great indoors. But if you wanted to use the monitor somewhere out in the sun, you will be limited by the lack of travel of this device. Another situation where you can make very good use of that external monitor is when you're going on, say, a cottage or vacation and you don't want to deny yourself a gaming console. You simply connect the display via HDMI to your Xbox or PlayStation and you're ready to play. The monitor itself supports HDR technology, which provides a higher dynamic range, and also FreeSync technology, which should help such smoother gaming. I've tested the monitor from the Xbox S and I've tried some faster games, as you can see now in the video, and I didn't notice any issues. I think it's perfectly fine for such home gaming and gaming on the go. The other use for these external monitors is when you're going somewhere to chat, for example, and you want to watch some TV or maybe play some YouTube cartoons or something like that. You can turn the display into a mini TV very easily by connecting a set-top box to it. Or you can connect a Google Chromecast to it and turn it into a smart screen where you can simply watch a story, movie or TV show. You can also use the Verbatim monitor, especially in its 14-inch version, for taking photos and videos. Every filmmaker sometimes deals with the fact that the camera display tends to be smaller and doesn't have much resolution. If you want to show photos to a client on set, or maybe focus a video better, a larger angle bar is handy. The disadvantage of these monitors is, of course, that they are not specifically designed as photo-video preview monitors and so do not have a tripod screw or some special features such as histogram or color profile simulation. On the other hand, for example, a 14-inch Verbatim monitor costs about half what a branded preview monitor with a 5-inch angle bar costs. Finally, I'd like to mention something about the use of touchscreens. The touch layer will make it easier to set up the monitor itself, and when the monitor is connected to a PC or mobile via USB-C, it will allow you to control your mobile and PC by touch through the big screen. Interestingly, on a mobile phone, viewing photos, for example, is much faster and more convenient. With a laptop, you get touch functionality, which can be useful for taking notes or painting graphics. In Windows, you just need to turn on tablet mode. I've been testing Verbatim's USB-C monitors for about 2 weeks now, and in the time they've proved very useful. I'm particularly fond of the little 14, which is very light and portable. I like that the monitors have very good connectivity. It's got USB-C, HDMI, and classic USB. Plus, you can find all those cables right in the package. I also appreciated the included neoprene case, which is very handy, and I honestly can't imagine how I would carry the monitor without it. The monitor has a built-in speaker as well as a jack for classic headphones. It's just a shame that there's no Bluetooth here either, so I can connect my wireless headphones. I would like it if the monitor itself could play pictures or video from a flash drive. But unfortunately it can't do that, so we always have to connect a device to play that content for the monitor. Based on this video, I think that if you can find a situation where the monitor makes sense to you, it's definitely worth giving the monitor a try. Thank you for your attention, and I'll look forward to seeing you again in a future video.